Order number 2, sir. In the name of the Honourable Acting Leader of the Senate, to move the passing of a resolution to approve the borrowing by the government from Republic Bank Barbados Limited of the sum of up to Barbados $26.3 million to repair existing overdraft facilities held by the Barbados Transport Board, the National Housing Corporation, and the Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
Mr. President, I rise to introduce this resolution to move the passing of this resolution to approve the borrowing of $26.3 million. The purpose of this loan, Mr. President, is to repay the existing, and I must say, and challenging to service, overdraft facilities held by the following state-owned enterprises: the Barbados Transport Board of about $10 million, the National Housing Corporation, another $10 million, and the Queen Elizabeth Hospital of $6.3 million. Now, you will notice that all three of these entities, Mr. President, are state-owned enterprises. They're SOEs. And you will recall that when this government took over, there was a significant amount of debt carried by these SOEs that had to be addressed in order to stabilize Barbados's economy. Now, the Ministry of Finance, Economic Affairs and Investment and its advisors, White Oak, in an effort to help manage that debt, would have held discussions with creditors and agreed to certain terms. Now, we recognize that when the domestic debt exchange was negotiated and successfully completed in 2018, October, and when government took over the sum $718.1 million in loans from the SOEs, some of this was exchanged for new government of Barbados securities. Now, in accordance with the terms negotiated with the domestic creditors, the overdraft facilities of the SOEs was not included in that debt exchange. And so the above mentioned overdraft facilities for the Barbados Transport Board, the National Housing Corporation, and the Queen Elizabeth Hospital are therefore at the center of this particular resolution to borrow $26.3 million to cover that overdraft facility. Now, the terms that have been negotiated, Mr. President, is that this would be a term loan, that the lender would be the Republic Bank Barbados Limited, that the amount will be up to $26.3 million, that the term would be 18 months, and that repayment would be a monthly blended payment of principal and interest totaling a monthly blended payment, of principal and interest, and that the interest rate would be will be a fixed 5%. Now, Mr. President, this government continues to do things responsibly, particularly as it relates to the financial management of this country. The legal authority for this $26.3 million loan, it would be facilitated through the Special Loans Act, Cap 105. I believe that this Honourable House would wish to know that 2.5 billion is the maximum prescribed by law. The amount of the outstanding loans under this facility as at May 31st, 2019 is $693.3 million. And I know that the honorable senators can all do math. Therefore, the additional 26.3 million, which is being proposed in this resolution, will still hold government within the maximum limit. Assuming, Mr. President, that the central government's arrears are held constant at approximately $293 million, which is where we are now, this 26.3 million loan will raise government debt by 0.3% of gross domestic product, of our GDP. As at May 31st, 2019, the debt of central government and external guaranteed outstanding debt was approximately Barbados $12,419.8 million. The debt performance thresholds targeted under the extended fund facility, Mr. President, up to the period ending September 2019 is 12,698. And so this debt would be within the performance threshold that has been targeted. And if we consider that other scheduled payments by the end of September should reduce the debt stock of this country by Barbados 89 million. Anyway, we recognize that by giving approval for the passing of this resolution, we will indeed be keeping Barbados within all guidelines. And so, Mr. President, with these few words, I beg that this resolution now pass.
The question is that the resolution under discussion will now pass. All honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it, and the resolution has been passed.
Closure for the day? That brings us to closure for the day?
This is
Yes, but I want to give the committee.
Yes.
Yes. But I need the.
Yeah.
Revert to announcements. Revert onto messages or?
That's what they said. Yes.
Mr. President, I wish to refer to the messages earlier where we received from the other place.
Yes.
With regards to the Medical Cannabis Industry Bill 2019 and the forming of a joint select committee. And the Honourable, the Senate, in reply to that message, sir, I wish to propose that the Senate do appoint, yes, that the Senate would appoint His Honor Senator Rudolph Greenidge, Senator Dr. Crystal Haynes, Senator Mr. Christopher Maynard, and Senator Caswell Franklin to constitute the joint committee with members of the Honourable of the House of Assembly, and to offer, I wish that you would offer every good wish to the other place.
put this for their approval? I think it only remains for us to take note of the 4 honourable senators whom you've just named, who will form part of the select committee to consider the cannabis bill. There are, may I remind you, Senator Rudolph Greenwich, Senator Dr. Crystal Haynes, Senator Dr. Christopher Maynard, and Senator Caswell Franklin.
Mr. President, that concludes the government's business for today. I beg to adjourn. I beg to move that we adjourn this session. Sine die.
The question is that the Senate be now adjourned, sine die. Before the day appointed, all honourable members in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. You think the ayes had it? We are now adjourned, and we'll be told at a later date when we'll have to return.